everyone. Welcome back to Papa's Workshop. In my shop, you may have noticed in some of the videos, the concrete floor is quite the mess. Over the years, it's had carpet at one point, and tack strip had to be removed and replaced repeatedly. That left some significant damage to that foundation. At other times, we had actually ceramic flooring throughout the house, and that literally had to be removed during a significant remodel, and that left quite a mess too. Well, over time, I've been slowly patching the different areas that are significantly bad in the shop area. And today I want to take one section and show you how to go about repairing all of those damaged spots on that slab. It's not that difficult. And I think that you'll find this interesting in case you have a similar situation in your slab and your concrete floor. My shop floor is not the smoothest in the world. In fact, it's quite rough. There's a lot of damaged areas, and I want to start patching some of them. Over the years, I've taken the opportunity to patch a few places, but certainly there's many more areas to be able to patch. Today, I want to show you just how easy it is to patch these small areas. One of the first things that I do is look for high spots, and this is a high area which has that old thin set down for the ceramic tile. And you got to get that back down smooth with the surface. And this is quite the indentation. There's a lot of damage to the concrete that was in this area. But this is now chipped off and is smooth again. Next, I want to clean out this area, scrape up any loose concrete, and prepare this to be able to put the new concrete in. This whole section, you can see that has quite the depression. That's down about 3/8 of an inch or deeper at this point. So there's some real deep areas. And all this loose material has to get cleaned out. Now right here is actually an old concrete nail, and that is still sticking up above the surface, because if I come across, you can hear that. That nail needs to be removed. So that little nail just broke off. That's fine. I don't need to get it completely out. It'll be below the surface now. I'm taking a wire brush and I'm going to scrape these pockets of the damaged area and get all of that loose concrete broken up. And then I'm just going to simply vacuum it up and get it where it's as clean as I possibly can. You also have the sawdust and just dirt over the years that get into these crevices also. The interesting thing that I found too, after vacuuming and scraping this with the wire brush, you still will find some loose concrete. So you have to be very meticulous to be able to make sure that you get all of it cleared out. So this is one part of this process that needs to be taken very seriously, and make sure that you take your time and to get this as clean as you possibly can, and all of the broken up old concrete gone before you proceed to the next step of mixing the concrete itself. So that's got this area cleaned up now, and with all the debris. Now I use the steel brush to be able to get any loose concrete out of there. And right now, so that's clean. There's no old sawdust or dirt in there, and I've gotten any loose concrete debris out. Now the product that I'm using today is the commercial grade. It's a Quikrete vinyl concrete patch. And this is very easy to be able to use, and this is not a sponsored video. But all you need to do is be able to add water, mix, and put it into the damaged area. And you don't really need anything else. You don't need to have the bonding agent for the concrete. The instructions are very easy to be able to do this whole process. And you can see the entire list of instructions right there. So we're going to mix up a little bit, and we're going to patch this area that we've cleaned. Most often I use a piece of cardboard or something flat that I can actually mix this vinyl patch with. It doesn't need to be a big bucket. In fact, I find that more difficult to work with.
And I'm just going to put a little bit on there to begin with, and we'll mix this up.
Okay, I think this cardboard was a little bit too small. I'm going to have to get a larger one next time, but I think you can see the idea. I'm just going to mix it thoroughly with the water right here on this little piece of cardboard. Once it's completely mixed, it's ready to go into the damaged area. And literally all I can do is just slide it off. I don't have to worry about a bucket and digging the material out of a bucket. So that's the easy part, and that's why I use a flat board, cardboard, or any material that I have that will be able to serve as an area to be able to mix this concrete vinyl patch. The first thing you're going to notice is that this material sets up extremely quick. So after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm taking this foam trowel and spreading it out very smooth. And what I'm looking for as far as the finish is just a broom finish. So after mixing up some more and spreading it out, this patch is starting to look pretty good. Now I did move to a larger piece of material. I grabbed a piece of foam board and I'm going to mix yet another small batch. I like working with the small batches of material because, as I said, this sets up very quickly and this keeps it where it's very manageable. And you can see I can just continue the process, filling the different holes right up next to the other material that I had just done. And same thing, repeat the process. Just going to simply smooth this out, blend it into the other part of the concrete that's new. This will be feathered out to about 1/16 of an inch or less.
Then I'm going to take the foam trowel and brush this down. And that will remove the high spots. And you can see the dark spots. All the different dark spots are the areas where you had the depression that had to be filled in. The light areas is where I've cleaned it down to the finished surface, and that's going to dry just a light gray. One of the things that I really love are these fossil imprints right here in the concrete of the leaves. And I have these all over the slab, and I'm not going to cover those in. Here's another example of the fossil imprints that I have of a leaf. And this leaf is probably 40, 50 years old. And I love having the fossil imprints of these different leaves scattered around the foundation. So after a few minutes, you can see how it's drying. The lighter area that's on the finish of the floor itself is just a light gray, and that will actually, for the most part, sweep off. The darker areas, of course, are the deeper areas that had to be filled. And if you look at the most recent area, it's still in the process of drying, but you are beginning to be able to see how it's drying around the outer edge, and the darker areas or those pockets are still quite dark. So this is a very easy way to be able to fill and finish again the concrete floor. So once this is all done, who knows? I don't know if I'll just paint the concrete or if I come back with some other type of finish. But right now, I want to be able to work on filling all of these holes so that the equipment that I have will roll smoother around the shop, because these holes just make it almost impossible to smoothly roll the tools around the shop. Now this quick concrete vinyl patch does dry very quickly. So my suggestion is to mix up small batches at a time, work that into the different holes and the cracks that you have, and then mix up some more. Don't get ahead of yourself, because this will set up and then the mix that you have will be useless. I want to thank everybody for watching this real quick video today, and I hope this helped you. I know this is kind of a boring topic, but if you have the cracks and the holes in your concrete, this may have helped some people out there, and I hope that it did. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next video. So for now, bye-bye. See you real soon.